Hey guys, just out for another walk today because the woods are so stunningly beautiful today. Still covered in snow and frozen rain from yesterday. Temperatures have dropped. It's back down to minus 18. I was just listening. I could hear a bird that I didn't recognize. I was just trying to find where it was calling from and what it was, but I did not recognize. It's not doing it now. As soon as I started talking, it stopped. Anyway, Gage and I are going to go for a walk today. What I wanted to do, I noticed that before the snow machine died at the back end of the swamp, that the snowshoers had put in their trail again. They weren't supposed to. They were kicked out of there by Dave last year. But it just takes one guy to go through there with his snowshoes and the trail is in and everybody starts using it, right? So that's what's happened. And on that trail last year, there were hiking poles that were just left abandoned, and it didn't make any sense. We did a whole little video series on it. We consulted the spirit box, and it was saying drowned, missing person, multiple times. It said nasty, nefarious stuff that had happened to that person. And I wanted to take a hike back there and see if those poles were still there. However, I walked this trail yesterday when it was 0 degrees, and now there are holes all through my snowmobile trail. I walked about half a mile, 3/4 of a mile back there. So it's very treacherous walking now because it's all frozen again. But we're gonna try. I did bring mitts in my pocket because you'll see when I'm filming, I don't wear mitts. I just can't control the camera. I brought my still camera. Take some shots today because it is beautiful out. And also I thought we could use the still camera to record spirit box. If I feel the need or the sense that we need to turn it on, we can use that to record video as well as take pictures just to get the audio, right? But I'm not going to turn it on. I doomed myself because now is that me? Did I do that, guys? I just had a shiver go right down my back because I was going to say we're not going to turn that on unless I get the shivers or something. And as I'm thinking it, a whole shiver goes down the back of my head and right down my neck and down my back. Does that mean I need to turn it on right now? We haven't even gotten close. I'm still like 2 miles from these hiker poles. Okay, you know what? I gotta turn it on, guys. We gotta do... Wait. Just give me a minute. I'm gonna see if I feel... I don't feel anything right now. If I feel another shiver down my back of my neck, I'll turn that back on and we'll do a little spirit box session. You know what? Screw it. We're going to do it. We're going to turn it on. We're going to do it right now because maybe they have something to tell us right now. Okay. Turn this on. I'm only going to give you a minute because I got the shiver down the back of my neck telling me to turn this on. Are we supposed to go back to those hiking poles? Who's here with us? I'm fighting the urge to not get shivers. I'm not going to acknowledge it. Not going to acknowledge it. Got a response within 30 seconds, guys. We usually don't. I heard you. Again, I didn't set up the still camera with the handle and everything, so it's very hard to hang on to. Okay, give us a quick message. Should we go check out the hiking poles? Are they still there? They've said names before. When we asked, who belonged to these poles, what happened to them. And I would find that very much more than a coincidence if they would say a name and it was the same name that they said, you know, 8 months ago or whenever it was we did these swamp videos. As soon as that went off, full body shiver. I heard some kind of animal noise. Gage heard it too. But I can hear birds, chickadees. I can see a chickadee over there. Yeah, a few chickadees. All right, I'm going to shut this off if you guys are done talking already. 2 responses very quick. Oh, my arm is tired already. I can't hold this camera up. It's been a long time since we tried to communicate in the swamp back here. Let's switch over to Necrophonic, guys, but I have a feeling that we're going to hear from you-know-who. I don't want to say their names, because then, you know, all the folks that say that the apps are just listening to us, but you guys know who we just did a 10-part series on. Let's switch to Necrophonic and see if they come through. You can also hear the skidoos out on the lake today because, as I said, it's really cold, so everything's froze up again, so I can just hear the kids out there 90 miles an hour or probably more ripping down the river out onto the lake, so I can really hear the skidoos today. I thought I heard a Bigfoot in a very female background kind of voice there. Okay, well, we better ask about those hiking poles because I just left them to their own devices there to give us whatever message they wanted in that first couple of minutes. And I couldn't really make out a coherent story or theme or something that they were desperate to tell us. So, should we go back and check out those hiker poles? Whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I swear I almost heard that same thing we heard before. I'm going to analyze that on the computer right there. Mark that, Mr. Reed. Mark that. I swear that sounded like the exact same voice and statement of, so how many guns you going to get me? Did I just hear that? If so, that proves that this is just a bunch of canned nonsense junk. But I do believe we get messages through it that are pertinent and make sense. So, okay, I'm going to listen to that. So, analyzing Gary jumping in here, that is indeed the same voice and almost the exact same statement that we heard when we were out at Grant's in the middle of a murder mystery where guns were stolen and, you know, we didn't find that information out till later. That is the exact same statement. Pretty much. Although the spirit box begins to say it, it stops halfway, then it finishes it. So how many guns are you going to get me? And then there's a different reply at the end. Instead of saying 100 in a female voice, it's a male voice and it says 10. So again, is this just coincidence that all of these things happen to fall into place in the original place? Where, you know, the male asks the female, she replies 100 guns, and in real life 100 guns were stolen? You know, I don't know what to say, what to think about that. Is that just a coincidence? Is this all nonsense? Is this baloney? Or are the spirits using that, even if it is some kind of canned response, to tell us that information? And it is different this time. I don't know what to think about that. What do you guys think about that? Comment below. If that's the case, that this is just canned nonsense, and periodically it's lining up and making coincidental sense, I feel like a fool. Okay, guys, I did not really plan this out. I was just going to go for a walk. And so this camera, as you can see, is very hard for me to hold out at arm's length, you know, and try to hold this and record myself. And so both my arms are super tired after only doing this for a couple minutes. So I did not plan this out very well. And I don't know that they're saying anything that's pertinent enough for me to have it on and listening to it. But I did get the shivers down the back of my neck. We did record a little bit there. We'll see what they have to say. I had just planned on using the phone. Also, my fingers are frozen, so I've got to take a break here, put my gloves back on. No, I'm still getting a shiver down the back of my neck like they're not done. And this isn't like a cold shiver, guys, because my hands are cold right now. It has nothing to do with cold. It's like a tingling in the back of my neck. It's like spidey senses. It's exactly what it is. It's some kind of sixth sense saying that somebody is here and wants to communicate. But I get tired of the process where, you know, it can be debated whether it's real communication or not. And if, you know, the spirits have all this power and ability to come here, I just come here, walk down the trail, you know, show us. I thought I saw something on the screen there. You know what? I'm tired of playing this game. Is it real? Is it not real? I know it just said hope and it said believe in that first session I did back there. Hope and belief are not scientific enough for this guy. So you better show us something. If you want me to keep coming here and playing with these apps and recording, there's got to be more to it.